This song is here to remind you that you're never alone.
What goes in your heart today, it matters more than words that fade away. Like sunlight paints the world always, don't hide your eyes to skies a beautiful day. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love you are. You're not alone. To find a heart that beats like yours, just give your heart to anyone in need. Spread the word, share the love, it's changing all that it can be. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. Can you believe it's already been a week? Wow, time is flying. It's so great to be with you today as we continue our journey of self-discovery through conscious living. So for those of you that don't know, agape means unconditional love, the love of God operating through the human heart. And here at Agape, we talk about that love means to accept. It's not romance. No, it's about acceptance. And so with that in mind, we're going to continue our series on our hidden power this week. But while you're out there, I invite you to check in. Yeah, check in and let me know who you are, where you are. Write down any questions, any comments. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. But let me know. It's interacting that helps me understand how I can better bring this message to you. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching it later, it doesn't matter. I would love to hear from you because what we're talking about is an exchange of energy. So I know last week we talked about fear and overcoming fear. How'd you do with that this last week? Did you find yourself facing some fears? And when you were facing them, how'd you handle them? Love to hear your stories about that. I know that that's been at the top of my mind in everything that I am doing right now. I'm evaluating, wait, where's that fear coming from? Why is it? Oh, it's an unrealistic belief, isn't it? Yeah. That's all it is. So as we go through this service today, this is about you. I'm speaking directly to only you. So see it through your eyes and see if there's anything that I say today that will benefit you in your journey of this self-discovery. You're becoming a greater you. Don't believe anything I say. Test it and find out if it works for you. And if it does, doesn't matter if I said it because you own it now. So let's take a moment and let's go within. And so I invite you to bring yourself to a comfortable seated upright position with your back straight, your hands gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Consciously breathing in and breathing out. Consciously aware that you are breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon monoxide. You are breathing in life and you are breathing out that which no longer serves. You are nourishing and you are purifying. With every breath, feel your body go into deeper and deeper and deeper relaxation. Let your body know it is okay to relax. And with your body in a state of beautiful and perfect relaxation, tell your mind that it does not have to guard you right now, that you're fine, that you're safe, and that it can relax now. And let's visualize a golden white light surrounding us so that we're actually encapsulated in a bubble of light, a cocoon of light. And in this cocoon of light, our body just simply falls deeper and deeper into relaxation, and our mind goes deeper and deeper into the subconscious, and we feel an incredible sense of inner peace. And here in this light capsule, we are tapped in to infinite wisdom. We've literally shut out all of the ego fear, all of the worldly nonsense, and we have a direct line into infinite intelligence. And knowing that we have this magnificent flow of information that we can get anything we want, we take a moment and pause and we ask the question, what is it I need to know? What is it I need to know to be able to take the next step on my journey to self-discovery, to a greater experience of life? We ask the question unique to us, and we just listen. We just listen. And the answer becomes clear. It's a very simple thing. It's just a movement in the direction toward that which is desired. And knowing that we understand that life is a journey, one movement followed by another, we accept the challenge. And we realize that we are guided every step of the way, and all we have to do is ask, what is my next step? What do I need to do next to become the man or the woman who would be living this life that is unique to me? And so we fill ourselves up with gratitude knowing that divine wisdom is within us, that divine wisdom is guiding us, and that our journey is the most perfect journey in the world, and we get to create it. A unique journey into infinite possibility. And so it is in gratitude that I speak these words. It's in gratitude that I let these words go. For I know that there is a law that takes this impress that I have put upon it and now bursts it into life itself. And we start to bring our attention back to this time, to this place, to this here and now, as we gently begin to move our body, open our eyes, and welcome this perfect new day. So today I'm going to continue my talk series on our hidden power. This is part 4, how to get the world on our side. Can you imagine if you were going through life and you knew that the whole world was on your side, cheering you on, clearing the way? Oh my God, it would make life so easy, so fascinating. So let's understand the very basis from which we're going to do this talk. We understand that there is one creative power in the universe. It is everywhere present and within everything, and we are using that power each and every day, whether we're aware of it or not. I don't know about you, but I was brought up with a belief that I developed, influenced by society, that I was to be successful in business, that I was to go up the corporate ladder, to achieve, to become more, to achieve the wealth, the riches, the status of what it would mean. When I left the corporate world in 2004, I was a vice president of a large company. And all along the way, you had to do things. You had to fire people, you had to let people go, you had to downsize, you had to do this, you had to do that. And what I was told is that's just business. That's right, that's business. You hear that today all the time. Hey, let that go, it's just business. This simple belief is probably the fundamental cause of many physical conditions and ailments that people suffer today. Because this belief that it's just business can cause incredible stress. Nothing is good business that ruins your health or the health of others. You see, it is when the body is in stress that disease can enter the body and begin to flourish. It is simply looking for a suitable home. That's all disease is. This coronavirus right now, it's not a bad thing. It's a living, breathing thing. And it's looking for a host for itself to live. And when the human body's immune system is weak, it becomes a viable host for the virus. If you have a healthy immune system, the virus cannot live there. So it's this whole thing of stress. So when I look back at my life and I think back to, my God, let's go back to like 1977. I was a young person working at Allstate. And all of a sudden I was having stomach problems. And the doctor said, after evaluation, you've got an ulcer. And he said, you've got to change your diet. What was he doing? He was asking me to change the symptoms, not the cause. What was the cause? I was stressed beyond belief because when I want something, I go at it 100%. I wanted to achieve a certain level of promotion by a certain time. I want to do this, and it was not happening. So I created stress. I got an ulcer. I had to eliminate the stress for the ulcer to go away. Then again, let's go down the path a few years, down to the year 2000. I went in to see, why was my hearing bad? And I found out through testing and then an MRI that I had a little tumor inside my brain by my right ear. And the doctors recommended surgery. And as I did the evaluation, I had begun my spiritual journey at that time. I started my journey in 1998. So it's only a couple years in. I made a conscious decision. Let me prove what I'm teaching. Let me get rid of the tumor without surgery. It wasn't malignant. It was not cancerous. It was a benign tumor that was going to continue to grow. And the doctor recommended I have surgery. And I said, no, I'll do something about that. And so what I did is I'd started to meditate daily. I changed my diet. I became a vegan because I understood that the body will naturally go and do its work. Didn't have to put a lot of energy into digestion and all of that. It was better for my body. I did meditation. I did visualization. I visualized Pac-Man going in and eating it. And I did that for a year. And then when I had my next MRI, there was no tumor. I was told, well, maybe the tumor wasn't real in the first place. Well, it wasn't. If it wasn't real, why were you recommending surgery? But the other thing that changed, the biggest thing that changed was through my meditation, I stopped taking the corporate world so seriously. I said the illusion of that's business, I didn't buy into. I stopped working 60 hours a week. I said 40 was enough. I wasn't quite as accepted because I wasn't playing the game like everyone else. But I became aware to realize that if I played the game like everyone else, I'm going to have a bad experience. You see, it's when the body's in stress that disease can enter. Healing is not a matter of time. It's a matter of changing our consciousness. And that's what I learned to do. I had to change my consciousness toward life. You see, I don't know if you realize this, but competition is killing us. Yeah, we got to compete. We're taught that from day one. We got to compete. Wait a second. Let me ask this question. And I hope you're willing to listen and hear this. If this is an infinite universe, do we really need to compete? Or should we be collaborating and finding a way where we all can win? Do we really need to compete for food? Because from what I understand, we have enough food to feed the world 4 times over. But we're not collaborating on feeding the world. The sun has more than enough energy to power this planet. Why are we hung up on competing for oil and natural gas when the sun can give us everything that we need if we just took the time and built the technology toward it? You don't compete for the love of another person. You either are a vibrational match to them or you're not. I love growing and becoming more, not competing with others to see who I can beat. Do you see how it's a different mindset? And you see how competition can be the source of so much stress that it affects our mental state, our mental health, and our physical health. In other words, competition and stress have a complete detrimental impact on our personal well-being. I love the word well-being because isn't that what we're seeking? We're not seeking just happiness and joy. We're seeking well-being in our body, well-being in our health, well-being in our relationships, well-being in our living environment, well-being in our home, in our career, well-being. To the person who looks clearly at life, there is no competition. Competition is an illusion created by the corporate structure in order to survive the way it is. It's the way capitalism thrives, through this idea of competition. Why not find collaborative capitalism? Why not use that as the new model instead of competitive capitalism? There's more than enough for everyone. You see, the infinite is not aware of any opposing force. The infinite is not aware of any limitation. The infinite is never in competition with anything or anyone because there's nothing other than it. Now, let's take that forward a little bit. You're an individualized, unique expression of the infinite. So just being unique means there's nothing you need to compete with because there's nothing like you. There's nothing like you on the planet. So all you have to do is find a way to be the most unique you. You don't have to compete. People say, well, are you competing with yourself when you go to the gym and you're lifting weight? No. I'm looking to just increase what my capability is. That's not competition. I'm just seeing how much my body can do. That's all. And when I do that, I know that my muscles become bigger. You see, our job is to raise our level of consciousness to that of the infinite. And when we do, we destroy any belief in unfair competition because we see that competition does not really exist. You see, that's what awareness does. Awareness allows us to see life from a whole different perspective. Not a perspective of limitation, but a perspective of infinite possibility. That's where we want to live. Isn't it great when you're with people and you start exploring infinite ways of doing things and solutions come up? That happened the other week in class. Someone said, I can't do this. And then another person said, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And all of a sudden there was a whole new solution within a minute. We weren't trying to compete. We were collaborating to find a new idea in the infinite that could serve. My God. You see, it goes back to the whole thing. We must develop the right consciousness. You see, no person wants what you have. Do you get that? No person wants your partner. No person wants your job. No person wants your kids. No person wants your life. What they do want is what they perceive is a similar experience. Isn't that all we seek in life? Is an experience? And so when people see someone have an experience, they don't want what they've got. They're looking for the experience, and that experience can be had in so many ways other than by the exact same thing. That's why I think maybe the commandments said, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. And you don't want them. You don't want her or him. You don't want that stuff. You want an experience. And that experience happens within you. So stop. The basic premise is stop looking outside of yourself. Go within. And when you go within, you get clarity. And when you go within, you create. And when you go within, you experience. You see, when we develop a similar consciousness, we will develop and have a similar experience. But be really clear on what you're looking for, because the outer perception may not be what the inner experience is. So that's why we must be flexible, because sometimes we may want something. In reality, it's not what we seek. I knew at a very, very young age that I wanted to be a spiritual teacher. I didn't realize it and call it that then. I thought it was I wanted to be a priest. I went to the seminary at 15. I left the seminary at 16 because I didn't want to be a priest. I hadn't got the framework of what I wanted. It took me going through and living a life based on someone else to the point that I started asking big questions. And when I asked big questions, I started to get answers. And then I started to take the path. And then the next thing you know, I found that being a spiritual teacher was what gave me joy. And that's what I'm doing now. I get my greatest joy out of talking about these things, questioning spiritual ideas, teaching them. Not because I'm right, because maybe if I bring them forward, you might get a hint as to how you might bring in your unique gift into the world. You see, the line of logic of understanding that a similar consciousness builds a similar experience, it removes all envy, it removes all jealousy, and it removes the need to compete. Why be jealous for someone else? Celebrate their life, celebrate their successes, because when you celebrate their life and their successes, those same things must come to you. What you want for yourself, you really must want for everyone, because you're all part of the same infinite. Why wouldn't you want everyone to be wealthy? Why wouldn't you want everyone to have well-being? Because when you do that, you're really saying we can all have it. You see, illness or illnesses are not a bad thing. They're simply the inescapable consequence of destructive thought. Illnesses are there to wake us up. They're there to wake us up that there's a cause happening in our mind that is not serving us, and it's our job to identify that cause so that we can change it and come back to a state of homeostasis. Both the ulcer and the brain tumor were trying to bring me back to my perfect state of consciousness. Thank God it worked. Thank the law I was aware. You see, whatever we desire to experience will only come to us when we have developed the right or matching state of consciousness. In other words, it's not what we get, it's who we are that determines what we get. And who we are is what is our level of awareness? What is our state of consciousness? And if we get that, we understand that that is what creates the mold of our experience. And so all our work is becoming that person, becoming that type of consciousness that has it. You see, when we make a statement like, I am a multimillionaire, that's a statement. But a statement of truth, which that is only powerful when our inner heart consciousness and our outside words, feeling, and actions are aligned. I'm a multi-millionaire when I think it, I act it, I feel it, and it becomes the predominant nature of everything that I am. A multimillionaire never blames. A multimillionaire never thinks of themselves as a victim. They are creators. They are always looking for new opportunities to give their gifts and serve more and more people. You see, that's what it means to have the world working on your side. Why? You're working to bring the world more. And when you're using your uniqueness and you're bringing your gifts to more and more and more people in the world brings more and more and more to you. Being a multimillionaire is a gift to the world. It's not a negative thing. Money is not the source of all evil. Attachment is the source of all evil. Attachment is where grief comes from. It doesn't come from money. Money is simply energy. Money is simply energy. So we want to work in alignment with the world. We want to work knowing that there is enough for everyone. And when we work in that fashion, the world, the universe, the infinite laws of the universe become our partner. And when they become our partner, oh my God, how good life is. How easy life is. How rewarding life is. But how we take the journey is our personal decision. Are you going to ride in coach? Or are you going to choose to ride first class? It's up to you. Let's pray. What I know right here and now is that there is only one. It is infinite, it is all-knowing, it is everywhere present. Knowing this, I know that I am one with it, and I know that each person listening to this talk is one with it. And as such, we have no limitations. As such, we are powerful. As such, we are conscious and deliberate creators. So I know that infinite wisdom is available to me in every moment of this life as it is available to each person listening. And so I claim and know that we are each all receptive to that infinite wisdom. And we are guided and directed by it because we are listening deeply. We are hearing clearly. And we're acting upon that wisdom in ways like we've never done before because we understand truth. And we know that we are being guided and directed by that which only is seeking to work through us and for us. And so in knowing that, we trust in this wisdom, we act with just joy and positive and magnificent expectation. And acting from it, we put a law in motion that simply says yes, yes, yes. And as it says yes, 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 we go, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And as in gratitude, we can rest. We release all thought, all doubt, all words, all actions, and we allow it to be. And it is so. And so it is. Amen. Oh. Well, so I'm putting out into the universe that the law of circulation is in force. So I invite you to participate with me in that law and make your donation to support this message, to support Agape. Know that if you receive something, it's only natural to give back. So there's a link on your Facebook page or your YouTube channel to make a donation. And if not there, Go to agapespiritualcenter.com and the link of give is right there. Make a donation. Your heart will love you. I'll appreciate you. And the rest of the world will enjoy it because you're helping us bring this message to the world. So I want you to go while you're making that give thing at Agape Spiritual Center. Check out our calendar. We're offering so many things that you can plug in. And here's the thing. If you want to get a lot of these talks, go to my YouTube channel, Rev Lee Wallach. Become a subscriber if you're not already. There are about 840 videos out there to watch. If you don't want to watch videos, go to my podcast, Agape Center for Spiritual Living. We've got podcasts out there on whatever podcast medium you're looking at, whether it's Apple, Spotify, it doesn't matter. We're there. Take advantage of all these great ideas of possibility that are putting out there for you to listen to so that you can reclaim your power. My job in the world is to give you ideas that help you become more. I do that because as I do that, I'm giving my gift. And that is my self-love, so that you can learn to better self-love, so that the world can possibly understand the truth of what love is. So this week, go be you, because there's nothing more you can do. And as such, know that I love you and I accept you just like you are. Until next time, aloha.